Hey, it's the Whaler guys. We're going to be doing an interview with Gerry Grate, the owner of the Tobacco Shop LLC, 89 Pratt Street in Hartford. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome to the Whaler guys. It's Gerry and Pete, the Whaler guys. You guys are the brigade. Here we are at the Tobacco Shop LLC, 89 Pratt Street, and our special guest tonight is Gerry Grate. He's the owner. He's been an owner here since 2011, correct?
2011.
Yeah, that's right. Well, thank you very much for having us.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me, guys.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, it's a great spot. I mean, I've always, I was born in Hartford, but I've always, as a kid, come in Hartford, but I've always known about the tobacco shop. And we talked about, you're on Pratt Street now. Before that, it was on Asylum Street.
Correct.
And then you mentioned before there was an Old Bank Lane.
Old Bank Lane, and
Yeah,
prior to that,
it's on Pearl Street. So
Yeah.
it's always been in these right downtown area in these
four locations in 196, 94 years.
That's right. Yeah, you're coming up on so 2020 will be the 100th anniversary.
Year.
Wow,
That's awesome.
That's going to be something to look forward to. Yeah, very cool.
To it.
Yeah.
You know, we walk up and down the street all the time. We go to Vaughn's for some beverages and some food. We see you from time to time when we come in and bother you. And you know, you're not only the owner here, but you're also the current president for a little while of the Downtown Business Association.
Sure.
And Peter and I have spoken in front of the open meeting. You did when they were talking about the XL Center remodel. You know, with the current climate, unfortunately, with the budget, and what they're talking about with the XL Center, what would that do to downtown if we didn't have the XL Center?
Sure. So I look at it that way. I look at it the other way. The other way being, what if we don't have the XL Center? If the XL Center does go away, if money is not appropriated or allocated, there will be a hole in the center of Hartford that concerns me because of the new demographic in Hartford. That new demographic, young people, they're in school, they have something to do at the XL Center, they have something to do at Vaughn's and where other locations. Without the XL Center, I feel that this will be a stepping stone for those students, that young demographic. When they're done, they will continue to move on elsewhere because there will be nothing in the center of town.
And that's and just like the governor and a lot of other state legislators have said, you know, we want to try to keep our youth here in Connecticut.
Sure.
You know, instead of everyone moving out of Connecticut, trying to keep them here. And one of the things is downtown. Pete and I have done the tour of the CRDA, the apartments,
Right.
and you know what they're doing. You're a piece of the puzzle, just like everything else. The XL Center, the apartments, the Downtown Association. You guys have kept this going since the Whalers were here back in '97 when they left. I worked here. There was a buzz downtown. Now it's 5 o'clock. Boom! Everyone closes up unless there's an event at the XL Center.
Right.
So
Yeah, it's important. It's important for organizations like Business for Downtown Hartford to continue to be an advocate, not only for the businesses, the merchants, but the residents, the new people in town, and not only trying to keep them in town, but creating an environment where you know something is happening around town. And so let's then liaison with the local government, the city, and the state.
And you know, the night we were there, and Pete spoke in front of the open meeting and did a great job following up with Mr. Markley. Give him a little bzz. But you know, Pete, you said it best when you got into the numbers.
Yeah, I mean, even, you know, just this past weekend alone, you had 2 Wolfpack games, you had a UConn basketball game and a UConn hockey.
Right.
So, you know, around 30,000 people went to the XL Center, and you have to notice, I mean, you notice the difference in the foot traffic when it's a game and non-game nights, or concert nights and non-concert nights.
Not only did I notice it, I was a part of the residual.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and even so, you know, all that foot traffic, I mean, that would be horrible for the businesses here to lose that. But, you know, also, you know, the thing we don't talk about is UConn doesn't really have a place to go. I mean, they can go back to stores, but their hockey team doesn't have a Hockey East arena there. Campbell Pavilion needs, you know, some renovation. The people in the towns there don't really want UConn to come there. They don't want the traffic, you know. And, you know, just the fact how much it would hurt, you know, the downtown area. I think the CRDA released a number that 350,000 people have been to the XL Center in the last 7 months. And if that wasn't there, I mean, I can't imagine, you know, the impact, because it's almost like a ripple effect, you know, and it affects everything. So,
And especially for Gerry's shop, you know, it's a specialty shop. It's not, and the best part is, as of today, bourbons, a big seller, whiskey's a big seller, and cigars are a big seller.
Right.
So you're in a perfect spot where you have the pub, but you have a liquor store right next to you. You can go out and get your beverage, and you can bring it right in here, and your members come back, and we've met some people. And it's something that's unique to the area. You know, my son goes to Bryant in Providence, and he goes to the cigar bar, and he goes down with his friends, and they grab a cigar, or they'll grab a drink, and now he can because he's 22. He got kicked out of the cigar bar because he was 18. He says, "Why didn't you tell me that before I bought your cigar?" He goes, "You just wanted me to buy your cigar. Now I have to go smoke my cigar outside." So, you know, yeah, I think with UConn coming down in 2018, you're going to see an influx of those students, and they're going to be living in apartments around here. And so you're in a prime location across the street from the XL Center. People come in after the game or before the game, enjoy a cigar, and go down there.
Well, we're here to offer the experience, as is the Vaughns of the world. And even looking at that, the new baseball stadium about to open,
Yes, yes.
that too will enhance what we have. It's another opportunity. But the key is holding on to the XL Center.
Yes, it is. And Pete and I have gone
Yeah.
toe-to-toe with a lot of people that irritate us. That, you know, it's an investment for the future. I mean, look at you. You invested in Hartford, and now it's time for Hartford to invest back to you, or the state to invest back to you.
Yeah.
You have a 100-year case back here,
100-year-old.
and this thing's been around, and this is an investment to have in here because it shows the history of this cigar shop, or the cigar shop.
I mean, the cigar shop is part of Hartford's culture. You know, you've been here for so long and all that. And like as you said, you know, we were talking earlier. You know, when you got it, it might have been the case that the store was going to close forever, and so you saved it. I mean, you saved a piece of the saved a piece of this. You know, because like I said, and how many people have you have come in here that you know have been celebrities or local? Did you ever get one?
We've had many. Whether it be politicians, entertainers. Or just, you know, your community leaders or community people who are really involved in their, you know, they're rock stars to me. You know, they make what's happening,
But
you know,
it's
consistent here.
Yeah.
you
It's
know.
almost a good place to come and you know, talk about it and share information and
Sure.
you know, talk about Hartford in general. So
And that's really, when you look at your celebrities, like you said, you know, your Bronins, Luke Bronin, who's trying his best to right the ship. Slowly, unfortunately, but it turns out to be something that was not his fault, but he's trying to do it. But all of you together in your business association, we've talked to Suzanne Hopgood, who's involved in the CRDA, Michael Freemuth, and you know, you're all working together in the strength, just like when we talk about the Whalers and the Whaler fans. All of us together can really make an impact, and it's kind of like a rash for us. Not you, you're doing well. And I certainly hope you don't have a rash.
spread out.
Yeah, right, don't touch me. But it's one of those things, we just won't go away.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep on going.
Yeah.
You guys have more to lose if the XL Center is not remodeled.
without question.
And you know, it's just, we talked to Jesse over at Vaughn's earlier, and he said, this weekend, people were all over the place from noontime up until late at night.
Vibrant.
So yeah, and that's the way it should have been, just like it was back in the 80s when the Whalers were playing. We had the concerts downtown, and that's the other thing, is to remain competitive with Springfield when they get their casino going, because we don't want them to take all of our business away.
Right. Now your business for downtown, just so people can learn a little about that. Now that's open to the public, right? Those meetings are?
It is open to the public.
Right.
In fact, we have several different things going on throughout the season, throughout the months.
Right.
So you have our board of directors meeting. At that meeting, the public is welcome.
Yeah.
We also have a roundtable.
Right.
At the roundtable, we host several, you know, dignitaries. We
Yeah.
host you know, someone of interest every month.
Right. Yeah.
And so that's always, and that's for the public as well.
Yeah.
But we hope to get the downtown business merchant and the resident in, because at the end of the day, that's where the connectivity, that's where the idea that community, that's where the idea that the city/state have something to play, have a part in this puzzle.
Right.
So if you bring in the business merchant, you bring in the resident, you bring people like ourselves in to spread that word. You know, that's where the connectivity comes. At the end of the day, it's all about community.
Right.
Community building. The state has a lot of responsibility.
Right.
The city, you know, Bronin, he came in at the fourth quarter of a tough football game. You know? So it's like going against the Patriots, but the Giants ended up winning. Right? You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right. So at the end of the day, this is the battle that we have to fight, and we do it by hosting these events on a monthly basis.
Right.
With something in common. We have something in common.
Right.
And that is downtown Hartford. That is local individuals at the end of the day, let's look at the big picture.
Sure.
Right.
You know, for me, that's the Excel Center.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the Excel Center.
And that's one of the reasons why. One time you kidded me. You said, "Oh, when you talking about the Excel Center today, I knew you'd be here, Pete." And so, and then they're open to the public. So you know, if you're interested in learning more about the Excel Center, come to a Business for Downtown meeting. They've had Michael Freemuth. That's where we get a lot of our information. You know, that's Michael Freemuth will say things there. Not necessarily that he wouldn't say out in public, but that you know, you could ask him questions. And you know, he went over some of cutting the deficit on the Excel Center. They were losing like $3 million. And because they've been able to, you know, plug a gap here, rewire something here, you know, they cut that almost in half. You know, you get certain things like that. So it's great to get information, and the fact that it's open to the public. And you guys had a great, I believe it was either CRDA put it up, but there was a 2-page paper.
Right.
And it interviewed you,
Sure.
Max Bebos, and
Bob Colangelo.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you guys did a great job, you know, giving your testimonial of, you know, why we think the Excel Center is important. And then it had all the stats in it. And so these meetings are great if somebody just wants to know, you know, get involved. It's a great way to get your foot in the door.
Who's the guy who writes the paper there?
We have Mike McGarry.
Yes, Mike McGarry is another guy
Oh,
who's
okay.
the Hartford News, which is great because he put together another big handout
Right.
brochure
He did a great job. Very
with the
dedicated.
statistics of the Excel Center with all the new plans in it. Bob Colangelo was telling me the other night he is the owner manager of Max Bebos right on Trumbull Street over here, and you know he showed me the layout, and I was like, this is phenomenal. This should be the public relations that the state puts out and say,
Right.
look, this is what Hartford needs.
Right.
And he did a great job. I saw that the other night, and that's someone we do need to connect with is Mr. McGarry.
Yeah, Mike is very involved, has been, and will always be.
Yeah.
Will always be.
Oh, yeah. He's, So, you know, when you first came to Hartford, when was that?
For me, it was 2011.
2011.
2011.
Okay. Did you enjoy Hartford as a younger person, or are you from out of the area?
So I'm from out of the area. However, I've known the stats, the history of Hartford.
Yep.
Not having hung out in Hartford nor lived in Hartford. When I came into Hartford, it was directly into the business world of Hartford. And so just being a small business downtown, initially Asylum Street over to Pratt Street, it wasn't good enough. You needed to get involved. So you can have a business, you can pay your taxes, you can try to make a living, but more importantly, you have to get involved. And so survival is not just you paying your bills. If you pay your bills, fantastic.
Yep.
But it is important to connect with your neighbor
Sure.
because together there is strength in unity and there's information, and that's what continues to allow us to.
It's like the city's own town green. You know,
Correct.
you have your spot, they have their spot, and all of you together is a great spot that you all come together. Like you said, people come in here, you don't care who they are,
Right.
have a cigar, sit down and talk about it.
Right.
You know,
At the end of the day, it's all about the experience.
it is, and it's like just like being Irish. You know, you BS with everybody.
That's right, yeah.
That's right. See, I said BS.
Yeah,
That
you
was
did.
good. See that?
Yeah. Bring it up again. You know, I was thinking, before you owned the store, I could see some of the Whalers coming in here to smoke cigars, but I bet you the Wolfpack players don't come in here because now, you know,
Oh,
no
God
smoking
forbid.
cigars.
Yeah.
You know, you got to get 4% body fat and all this. So you probably don't see many players.
We don't see any of the hockey players but
Yeah.
throughout the season, and you never know. You
Yeah,
never
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah,
Right,
yeah.
you never know.
Not that you want to get
They
anyone in
may
trouble.
not want to be seen.
Right,
But,
yeah,
but,
yeah.
but,
Right.
you know, we do see the likes of some great athletes who come here.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the great NFL coaches who come.
Oh, that's
Oh,
sit in the
wonderful.
back.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking
and
about.
just have a great time relaxing and,
Yeah.
and enjoying a stogie.
And that's important that people from outside the area know that you exist.
Right.
And you know, tobacco, cigars, people will find a good cigar.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
if you're available, they're coming in to try your wares.
Well, that's a great point about the Excel Center because it really does. I mean, you know, we talked about within 30 minutes of the Excel Center, you know, there's 1.3 million people. That's a huge amount of people. And, you know, we said like 500,000 people a year get to the Excel Center. So that's, you know, just under half of those people come in, and they're all coming from, most of them are coming from outside of Hartford.
Right.
But when they come in here and then they, you know, they take a walk downtown, and then they discover the tobacco shop, they discover, you know, Vaughn's or, you know, any of the places around here. So, you know, again, if that goes away, then you're really stuck
Right.
with just the local downtown, you know.
Plus, you have
may
people
not be
coming
enough.
in here for conferences.
Right.
You know, we can't forget about that. There's plenty of conferences going on in the
Yeah.
city that we don't even know about.
Yeah, it's not
you know,
all
the other
sports,
night we
right.
saw the young kids here from college. They're with the Greek fraternities.
Yeah.
And they were in town, and they wanted to know a place to go. We told them about the certain restaurants around. So, you know, there's some people that we don't know that are coming to town, and those could be extra people that, you know, we don't keep the numbers on because we're talking, you know, sports, but these are people from out of town that are visiting. You know, I've seen people at the university that stay downtown on purpose because they like the downtown feeling, instead of staying out by the suburbs, which is 10 minutes from where they have to go, but they're going to stay downtown because that's what they want to do. So, you know, I think Hartford still has the charm. We just have to get the steroids into it to bring it back to what we had in the 70s and 80s with Sinatra and some of the bigger acts. Sure. And once we get the remodel, because we will get it, damn it,
I hope so.
we will start get entertainers in here that are not forced to be here because of contracts or whatever, but we'll get them because they want to be here.
Yeah, we are in the largest market, for what I'm told,
Yep.
and one of the largest markets in the Northeast, between here, Boston, New York, are one of the largest sports markets.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So I can only imagine that with the XL Center being opened,
Yeah.
there's convention space there
Sure.
as well.
There is actually the designers' plan said when they got down to the bones of it and did the schematics of the whole thing, they found more event space that they didn't know. Like, you know, I don't know how you would fill this all up. So, you know, there's conventions, there's, you know, that number's a big number, but it brings down those people. And, you know, like I said, it's all about, you know, getting people to come downtown and, you know, spend a couple dollars and enjoy it. Because Hartford's really a beautiful city besides that, too. You know?
Pete and I go back and forth all the time. You hear these people that are irritating that say things about the busway, the fast track. They're not filled all the time.
Yeah.
But it's a way to get downtown.
Yeah.
Then once you get downtown, you have the Dash bus service that is free all around the city. So the people that might be coming in for a convention down at the convention center will take the Dash bus and they're going to come up this way. Yeah.
Right,
so we were just down at the Flower and Garden Show yesterday. A lot of people. It was packed when I went with my wife. And those are people that might make their way up here. So, you know, added to the traffic you had from the sporting events this weekend, you also had, you know, the convention center filled with a lot of people. They said the Thursday was a little slow. Friday and Saturday were off the hook busy.
Yeah.
Sunday it kind of dwindled out towards the end, and it wasn't jam-packed, but it was a great crowd.
Yeah, we're going to be marching in the St. Patrick's Day Parade, which is coming up pretty soon in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
And you're open that day, of course, right?
Open that day,
and it's quite usually what kind of how's the day go here
It's a
usually?
very vibrant day, not only for us, but it's a day where you're awake. You know? It's a weekend that I live in Hartford.
Yeah.
And we're all Irish that day.
And then my last name is Grate, but on that day it's Old Grate.
There you go.
Right? I would be from Southern Ireland.
There you go.
So it's a big day here for the merchants, for the residents, for the visitors. It's a huge day. If the weather is right, it's it's the best.
Well, it's a big weekend too, because Pete and I were just noticing that, you know, that's the weekend of the basketball championship.
That's right.
One of the
tournament,
ACC tournament.
Yeah,
so
that's going to be quite. That's going to be.
That's being held at the XL Center.
yes,
Right.
March
So
9th through the 12th.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a lot of people here from all over the country coming to support their college that's playing here
Going to be a lot
at
of
the
people
XL
dressed as leprechauns at the basketball games. Yeah, that's for sure. But I mean, that's another one of those events that brings a lot of people down. You know, I think one time we said it was 65,000 on a nice day.
It was a nice day.
You know, we come down with our Whaler shirts and then we walk through here, and it's just awesome to do that. You know, and it's one of those days that you got to be downtown to see it, to believe it. Yeah, it is.
You know, and you know, we were talking to some people the last time we marched, and you know, we wear the Whalers jerseys, and people go crazy, but it's great because I'm Irish, green, wear the Whalers jersey.
Yeah,
you kill two birds with one
they
stone.
didn't use red, huh? Yeah, it was a good thing. If the Whalers were red, that wouldn't have worked.
With that toilet bowl.
Yeah.
With that toilet bowl symbol on it. Yeah.
There you go.
Carolina.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're gonna be running out a little time here, but Gerry, we want to thank you so much for having us in here, because it's a great shop. People should stop down. It's 89 Pratt Street. It's the Tobacco Shop LLC. Gerry Grate is the owner, and he's the president until Wednesday. And now who's taking over Wednesday?
Jim Lewis.
Jim Lewis from Harvey and Lewis Opticians.
Right.
The man who sold the ties, right?
That's right. He's got.
right.
Yeah, I think he
The
still
Whalers
does
ties.
sell
The
Whalers
Whalers
ties.
ties.
He's been here a long time too.
He's been around.
And
Hartford,
you told us a good story. You had 5 of them up on the wall, and people bought them like that.
We had them on the wall. They're gone.
They're all gone.
Yeah, we
so
need
we're going to
more.
have to find another place to buy some ties. So until next time, Pete and I are the Whaler guys. You guys are the Brigade, and we are one nation under green. You guys have a great night.
Hi, Gerry again at the Tobacco Shop. Just a little history on the Tobacco Shop. I am the 4th owner in its 4th location, now on Pratt Street. In this location, as it was in 3 locations prior to me, reside some of the same cabinets, Some of the same walk-in humidors, some of the same lettering from 1920 still on the walls here. This walk-in humidor, for instance, predates the shop. Again, 1920. This was constructed in 1917, so yes, this is 100 years old. Spanish cedar on the inside. I do not know what the wood is on the outside, but I can tell you it's been stripped many times and brought back to its original veneer. So again, these cabinets, made by the patriarchas of Rhode Island many years ago. And again, these cabinets that you see here, but these cabinets where you see the old tobacco tins, again, 60, 70 years old, very archaic, very old stuff. So that's part of the tobacco shop. What you see here is one of a kind, and I'm proud to be the owner of the tobacco shop on Pratt.
It's Jerry and Peter, the Whaler guys. We are getting ready for the trip, aren't we?
We're definitely going on this one. This is going to be a good one. You got to come with us and get going.
It's March 25th. We are going to see the New Jersey Devils and the Carolina Hurricanes. It's very painful to say.
It is. It's a lot of red. We're going to watch a game with a lot of red, but there's an outside chance that maybe someone from the Booster Club can get maybe even like Ron Francis or somebody who works with the Hurricanes and come down and meet us like it's happened before on bus trips. And there's a great buffet at an Italian restaurant. He's a big Whaler fan, so he's going to hook us up. So if you can, March 25th, come on the bus trip.
Contact the Booster Club. We have to get those tickets sold, and this bus going right to New Jersey.
Yeah, and brassbonanza.com, I think it is, or bus.
Brassbonanzabus.com.
That's what it is.
Michael Glasson is heading that, and the Whalers Booster Club is putting together a great trip. So we want to thank Gerry Grate for a great afternoon here at the Tobacco Shop.
Come and check it out, Pratt Street, 89 Pratt Street.
And you know what? We are one nation under green.
We are.
And if you're not, you can shut your blowhole. Have a good night.